I have been working with the company NICECNC for a few years now. I used to receive some samples for my previous bike, the 10 700, which I've used for several years. I also have the products on my Cascas here 700, and now I'm also going to install them on the KTM bike. Now I get these products for free from NICECNC, which is really nice. But having said that, I also bought several products of them simply because I really like the quality of their products, and they are not expensive. They're actually quite cheap, but you do get a very nice quality, and very often that will save you 50% compared with well-known brands. And also this product, which is case saver Sprocket protector, feels very solid. It's made of aluminium, and yeah, it feels really nice. It feels as a quality product, like the other products I receive from NICECNC. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna install today on this bike. And the reason why I choose this item to install is, well, first of all, I think it looks way more cooler than that plastic black cover that's on it standard from factory. That's one thing. But the other thing is you can't really clean your chain very well because it's hidden behind this plastic cover. And another reason is that in a case that your chain will break while you're riding, then there will be a lot of force on the chain and it might damage your engine. Now, I never had a broken chain, but I have seen some people who had it, and yeah, that was not really great. Now, there is already a plastic cover on it, so this might already help a lot, but it is plastic, and I'm not sure if that will hold when needed, and I'm pretty sure your chain will not go to this device. So 3 reasons to install a device like this on your motorcycle. And before I can install it, I have to remove the old one. I already unbolted a few bolts, but the first one you have to do is this one, which is connected to your shift lever. It's very easy, but if you don't do it, you can't take away the cover. And this standard cover is mounted with only 3 bolts. You have here one, there and there, which I already took off. So I should be able to get it off very easily. Here you see the standard cover. See, there is quite some dirt, but it's also not so much. This is after 1 year riding, it has never been off. And here you actually have the chain slider, which is inside the cover as well. So this is going away. Now this is a part that needs to be removed again as soon as you need to change your front sprocket and your chain. So I did put a little Loctite on it, but really not a lot. Because otherwise it's going to be difficult to remove it again once needed. I hope you can see it's a little bit difficult filming and doing this at the same time. But here you can see the screws, the extenders are in here. And that's how we're going to place them on the bike. Now we can tighten these 2 screws, but not too much. That's fine, because we also have to place this part, which is the chain glider, and that should come over here. And there's one other bolt, and that should be placed like here. Is that gonna work? Yep. So now all the bolts are in place. You can see the chain glider is here. And now we can tighten them One thing that I forgot to mention, you have here the black chain glider. It has a longer side, which you can see here, and a short side, which is on the front. And the short side should be on the front, because the taller side, the longer side, will not fit in here. So when you install this, make sure you have the short side mounted to the front. So that's all it takes. It's really simple, easy, just a few bolts. It's you can do this in 10 minutes, and I think it looks nice, and I'm sure it will protect my engine a little bit better, and it's more easy to clean my chain also at the front side. So nice product from NICECNC again. Only thing I have to do is mount this one back, and then we're completely done. There's one thing that needs some attention. Now I have removed the plastic standard cover. You can see over here that the sensor, and I think this is the gear sensor, is completely unprotected. Normally it would be behind the black cover, and now it's totally in the open and unprotected. Unfortunately, in my shipment there was not a metal plate I could mount on it, but NICECNC also sells them separately. They're not expensive, and that's one thing I will order separately, so you can mount it on these two bolts, and then your gear sensor is also protected again. The second product I want to install on the bike today is this orange brake disc cover or brake disc card, and this product will come like this on the bike, but then on the inside. So the installation of this will be a little bit more, well, maybe not difficult, but it will take some more time, because I have to remove my rear wheel. So first thing I have to do is to remove this protection cover that I once put over the ABS sensor, which is just one bolt. Now that will be pretty easy. And then we can take away the ABS sensor. Put it there. So that one is off. Now we will have to remove the rear wheel. Chain, yes, there goes the chain, and there goes the wheel. So, bye bye wheel for now. Now the new part I have from NICECNC will replace this black part, which you can easily slide on and off, but not as long as the caliper is on it. So I have to remove this first to be able to take this out, if I'm correct. So I'm gonna remove this one to start with. There is a little clip over here. I need to remove that first, and then I should be able to take off the caliper pretty easy. So let's start with that one. So that is off. And now we should be able to take this one out. Now we have the brake pads that should be falling out. Now I have removed the caliper, and then this one should come over here. Let me see if I'm doing that. like this. Yeah. That's how it finally should come. So next step is to remove this part and also this little plate that needs to go on the new item from NICECNC. So let's see if we can remove that. That was pretty easy. Here you can see it installed on the new part. You can push the clips on the side to make sure it won't come off. Next step is to remove this part, and that needs to be placed as well on the new model. So this is a socket 12, and then we move it from this part over this, and we will need to replace it on the new part. Now I have the bolt, and that needs to come here, but I will first put some Loctite on it. That is more than enough. Now you have these two rubbers that you need to place back. This one is fairly easy. Make sure it fits in all the way. This one is a little bit more difficult because you have to slide it officially over here. But I managed to break it already. So don't use a sharp screwdriver like I did. But you should make sure it goes over the bolt. I put this rubber back, easy to do with a long bolt, and on this side I also put it over here. Hope you can see it, and then I should be able to slide it on the NICECNC part. Like this. But I should have done this first. And there it goes. Now the brake pads are back in place, so we can screw this one back in. Only thing left to do is put this clip on again. So clip is on. This is what it should be. Now I can put the ABS sensor back in its place. That. And mount my ABS protective cover again. So next is putting the wheel back. Installation of this brake disc card is now finished. Everything is back again, everything seems to be working again. And now my brake disc is better protected in the future for rocks or whatever you might encounter on the trails. So that's nice. I also think it looks nice, but that's very personal, of course. Now, having done the installation, I can say, once you know it, that it's not really difficult. The thing that was most difficult for me, and actually I did not really manage to do it correctly, is to get these rubbers back and get them over the bolt at the backside. I damaged this one, so I will replace that maybe in the future when I have to replace my brake discs anyway. It's not a big problem. It will have no effect on riding or braking. It's just for protecting everything a little bit better against dust and water. But besides that, installation was not super difficult. It will take a little bit more time because you have to remove your wheel and place it all back. So that will cost some time. But overall it's fairly easy to do. So that was the second part of NICECNC, now on also on my KTM 890. I'm quite happy with it. I would like to thank the people from NICECNC who have supported me with sending me this item. And yeah, thanks for watching and see you in the next video.